Hey guys, so today we're back here, and this is the start of the series of how you're going to develop your own application. This application is one that would let you, let's say, yeah, it would let you basically scan different UI codes, QR codes. It's really good for a beginner developer. So this application would let you scan. It's basically Paytm, Google Pay, PayPal, or any other payment provider into one application. In this, you're going to learn how to link multiple screens. You're going to learn how to authorize a payment gateway. You're going to learn how to track the receipts, and you're going to learn how to redirect your application to another website as well. So if you guys want to follow through, just make sure you watch it. This is the layout for the application right here. From here we can see this is the splash screen right now. This is one video. This is going to be cut into four different parts. The first video right now is going to be the splash screen. The next video is going to be about the different activities and different dashboards that we're going to add. The third one is going to be the functionality of the application, and the fourth one is going to be the final publishment and asking others for reviews and everything other. So yeah, let's get started. Okay guys, so the first thing we're gonna do over here, now that we're in the project file itself, is how we're gonna come here and just delete this whole thing over here first of all, because we don't need the text there. Then what I'm gonna do is zoom out a bit, so just so you guys can see. Let me see, around that much, and yeah. So once we're here, all we need to do is first of all, I'm gonna set the background to the image I have over here that I need to keep for the splash screen. So first we're gonna add the splash screen, then the different layouts. Right now we're just gonna add right here background. Background's gonna be, I need to import the image first of all, so we're gonna come here, drawable, and paste my image over there. Named it background .png, so I'm just gonna come here, drawable slash background. Here you can see I want like a really simple crisp and clean splash screen over here, so I'm just gonna add that. And after that I want to add a text over here that says all rights reserved with a R over there, so R on the top. So the first thing we're going to do is text view. Text is going to be wrap and wrap. To close this, you need to add a thing over here. Text view basically lets you view any text and not hinder with any of the input it requires. So the text itself is going to be all rights reserved. This should be it, and I'm just gonna add the R over here. Okay, so now that we're here again, I'm just gonna add the R over here, which you can see. And since it's a constraint layout, I can just add this to the bottom over here. And instead I want to increase the size to, let's just say, text size about 18 sp. That should be, I'm gonna increase it a bit to 26 sp. Yeah, that should be good enough. The text color that's most important is over here is going to be, I want like something primary 40 over here. This should be fine. And I'm going to put this in the font. Oh, you can export fonts and stuff over here as well. So once you come in res, you go on new, you go on the Android resource directory, and from here you go up and select font. Once you're done with that, you can just, yeah, you see the font over here. So the font that I'm gonna add over here is right over here. So I'm just gonna copy it right here really quick. Click on the fonts folder, and I'm gonna name this Punchy, because you can't add any dots or anything in any file names except of the file type that's .ttf. You can't be like bungee4.ttf, that's gonna give you a runtime error. So let me just yeah, once this is done, all I'm gonna do is, let me see, yeah, so this font family and bungee over here. So but this is a bit thick, so I'm just gonna think, let me just see, fonts over here, font family, this is a different one. String bottom sheet behavior, let me see how this is. This one there as well. So I think let's just keep it like that. I'm just gonna style it into bold. Style, text style, bold. Yeah, so bold looks pretty good as well. Another thing you can do in the constraint layout, and which you have to do eventually, is you take this and constraint it to the right, which and over here. This also helps you like center it up a bit. And once you come to design over here in the layout, I'm gonna just constrain it to the top as well. And from the bottom, I'm gonna add a margin of 10 dp, so it's a bit higher, but just to be safe, around 30 to 50, let's say. Oops, 40. 30 should be fine enough, yeah. But I can just drag it up a bit over here. So you can just alter your dimensions and stuff over here. So this is a really like simple splash screen layout I want over here. This is gonna pop up as soon as, let's say, your app opens or everything. Let me just connect my phone and see if there are any runtime errors in this right now. There shouldn't be. Okay, so now that I've connected my phone over here, I'm just gonna launch it quick over here and see how it looks. Till the Gradle loads up, I'm just gonna see if there's any errors. No errors for now. So this is basically like the screen that's gonna pop up really first in the starting. The Gradle's building right now, and I'm gonna wait for it. Okay, so now we can see the Gradle's built, and yeah. So now as we can see, the application over here is all fine and the text and everything's all fine. But on top we can see the pay easy like head bar over there. So for that, to remove the top thing over there, we're just gonna come here, we're gonna go just get window dot set flags, window params, get window manager, dot params. Okay, sorry, over here we're just gonna put window manager. Yeah, that's what, not get window manager, dot layout params, dot flag full screen. So once you do this, a comma over here, and just copy and paste this again. So what we do with this, I'm going to run the application again. Let it load. Once it's launched, as you can see, the layout params are full screen, and we can still see the pay easy bar over there. And for that, we can do get support action bar dot hide. That's all we need to do. And once we run that as well, we'll see the pay easy bar go away. So the Cradle's building. Yeah, and for here, I'm just going to terminate over here, so it terminates every time. And here, we can see it's fully optimized as everything's gone. So this is a basic layout of the splash screen ready itself. And after this, now what we're going to do is, okay, so now that we've done with the splash screen layout and everything, we're going to add the animations. And for that, we're just going to go on res is resources for the whole project if you didn't know. So once you come here, directory, and I'm gonna name this anim. Let's go, yeah, anim, search that. So once it's over here, we're gonna go new animation resource file, which pops up automatically. I'm gonna name this splash screen and send. Okay. So once we've added the files over here, we need to add two layout files over here. So another resource file. and this is going to be bottom animation. The first one we're going to use is the top one, which shouldn't confuse you that much, but let me just go bottom underscore because there can't be any numbers. And instead of the splash screen thing over here, I'm just going to refactor this. Refactor this to, sorry, not bottom animation splash screen over here. Refactor rename. I'm going to put this to top underscore animation. Yeah, same thing over there. And now we need to come here. So first thing we need to do is translate. Once we add that, we just need to cut this off over here, and that's how we're going to work with it. First you need to type from x delta, that should be 0%. So this is basically going to move the logo itself to like different locations. And now that we do it, it's going to be from y delta. That's going to be let's say, yeah, minus 100%. Minus 100%, and the duration is going to be, let's say, 1500. Yeah, it's converted from milliseconds to seconds, so it's going to be like 1.5 seconds, so that's good enough for us. Sec duration, so Android duration, yeah, I think it was an error, I don't know why it wasn't showing up, is equal to, let's go around 1500. And yeah, once that's done, I'll just format this right over here. And the next thing we need to do is alpha. Same thing over here, from alpha. It's going to be 0.1. To alpha is going to be 1, 1.0. To alpha 1.0. So I'm just writing 0.1, 1.0 because it's going to be like easier to annotate. Again over here it's the same second, so I'm just going to copy paste this line over here, copy paste it over here, and this should be all fine. And since that's there, we close the set and we copy all this, the translate and the alpha, and we paste this right over here. And the only changes here that we need to make are that we're just going to put this to from minus 100 to 100 over here, and other than that there's no changes that we need to make. So now we're done with the top animation and bottom animation, and now that we need to do is close both of these. And yeah, now that we're done with the top and bottom animations, we're going to come to the main activity over here. And firstly we're going to come here and validate all the variables in this. So I'm just gonna go animation, animation should be fine over here. Alt enter. Yeah, animation top anim. Just gonna name that. And the second bottom anim, this shouldn't be hard. Anim. Sec. I think I messed up over there. Okay, yeah, this is fine. Then just the colon over here. Though we have a text view otherwise. Text view, and I'm going to put that as, if you go in the XML, we just have this all rights reserved. So I'm firstly going to give this an ID as well, rights, and I'm going to name this rights as well. Over here, you don't need to necessarily name this, but I just find it really easy to just go back to there. And after that, we're gonna come here and call them, find them by their own IDs. So if you're a new coder developer over here, so if I just suggest a top anim over here, it'll be is equal to animation utils, dot load animation. This will show you where it should load and stuff. Dot load animation, and once you come in the bracket, there's going to be a destination and where it should. So I'm just going to put this means over here, and it's going to be r.anim dot top animation. So the top animation is going to be the file that's originally stated in. After that, you close everything with a semicolon. The same thing we're going to do here with the bottom anim is equal to animation utils dot load animation. and text is going to be this, and it's going to be r.anim dot bottom animation. So that's pretty simple for now. Now what we've done is identified both of these variables to each of this. So if you want to check it again and you click this, you're going to come up to this file over here. Then if you click this, it's going to open up the file over here. So it shows where each variable has been redirected to. And after this, we're going to I'm gonna call the text as well. So once we come here, it's gonna be rights. Rights, yeah, rights over here is equal to find view by ID r.id dot this was named rights as well. Let me just check. The ID for this was rights over here. This should, I'm just gonna change this to let's just say right reserved, so it doesn't confuse you between rights and reserved. These are two different things. This is a variable and this is where it's being redirected to, so that should be fine. And after this, to load the animation into this, we're gonna come here and let's just say reserved dot set animation. I want to put this into bottom anim, so this should be fine. And let me just run the app and see how it looks. It's building Gradle. There shouldn't be any errors because there's no red lines over here. There's one error over here. It says $0 over here. Yeah, okay, you can come to this file and I pressed that by mistake. I put dollars instead of percentage. You can just go ahead and change that. It's going to show you up in the errors when you run the file. The other error is duration not found. Let me just see over here. Let me just see if it runs without duration. Top animation over here, the dollar is percentage as well. I think for each of the file here, duration's the one that's leading errors because I think my Android Studio is bugged. Because duration is showing, it's registering it as a unit, but it's not taking it and compiling it together to the code. So let me just see. Okay, it's working. Yeah, so it's gonna install right here. As you can see on the screen, the splash screen works all right. The animations are working. Let me just go ahead and see the duration problem though. So we can see it now that the animations are working. I think it was just like a typo which got fixed in the Android Studio. So the only thing you need to do is, I think, format it correctly. I don't know what it did wrong over there. I'll just see in the coding. It might just be a thing, so you definitely need to check it again. So if I just reapply it over here, you can see the animations work. Let it just load. Yeah, you can see the all rights reserved goes from down to up and up to down. So that's what we wanted over there. And now that we're done with the animations, we're going to go to the main activity. And now that all we have to work with is the main backend coding. So for that, now what we're gonna do is we're just gonna add this right here. And this basically adds the delay for a splash screen thing over here. You can see there's some private static int added over there. Next thing we're going to do is come down here, and then we're going to add a new handler which will let us link the splash screen to our main activity itself. So what you need to do is just handler, you get the question marks over there, dot post delayed over here, dot post delayed, and in post delays we're going to do new runnable. Runnable with a capital R over here. This should be it, and that's going to create a whole void type thing for you. What you need to do next here is, once you come in the intent public void run, you're going to come down here. You're going to start two intents. So the main thing, every time you're making an intent, you go intent with a small I, is equal to new intent. Then that one's going to be with a capital I over there. And in the bracket, I'm going to do main activity and main activity dot this and comma, and the thing is going to be dashboard dot classes. Yeah, dot class. The dashboard is going to be red for now. It's going to show an error, but it's going to be linked as soon as we go to the next one. What we're going to do is start activity, intent. We're gonna put the intent which we made over here down here, so it starts it, and then we need to finish it as well. So we're gonna add a finish command, finish over there. This should be it, and instead of this we can come, okay, we need to come here and delete this splash screen, splash underscore screen, and this. Okay, so now that we're done with this, the dashboard over here that we only need to link now, and for that we're gonna just add another bracket over here, because it was like this, and we just need to add it over here as I checked as an error. The another new thing that we need to do is go on project, new. We just create an empty activity over here. Sorry, what was it? New activity. Yeah, and empty activity right here. It's usually much easier because of the update over here. Empty activity. I'm gonna name this. Yeah, we're gonna name this dashboard right here. Dashboard. Doesn't matter the error spelling or anything. You can just change later. Right now I'm just gonna wait for it to load up fully. So now that it's all loaded up, I'm just gonna come here, go split over here. It's an empty activity, so there's nothing over here. I'm gonna just add a text to show us text view, wrap text. This is just for the layout right now, so I'm gonna test it out. I'm gonna put dashboard screen test. We're gonna remove this, so it's finding this type anything. I'm just typing this for myself. Once you come over here, and just to like see it a bit more, I'm just gonna do text size around 40 sp, so it's big enough. I'm not gonna bother constraining it to everyone, so I'm just gonna put it in the center, one over here, the second constraint over here, and so it shows an error over here. I'll just constrain this to here, this to here. Might as well just add the gravity to center over here because it looks better. Yeah. So if we after the splash screen, this is what we'll come up to. Let's just test it right now. Run the application. It's building Gradle. There doesn't seem to be any errors for now. Okay, it's installing. That's a good sign. We come here, we can see the animation as well. Yeah, and see right over here after 5 seconds, I think the delay was a bit long, so I'm just gonna come up. See, the error went as well. I'm just gonna come here, and 3000 should be good enough, I think. And another thing is that once you come over here, you want to add the background, let's say white, because right now it's just transparent. That's why we can see the black on the screen. Let me just apply. I might have to restart the app though, because it changed some colors of the background and stuff as well. It's applying changes. That's a good sign. So okay, right now it's not showing us the splash screen over here, so I'm just gonna go down, pay easy. We come here, we can see the animation. We see it loads up, and yeah, sure, over here. It loads up directly to our dashboard over here. That's really good. Our text is white itself, that's why we can't see it. Let me just change the text color black, and apply. It's gonna be really quick. And since you guys are almost done here, so this was the first thing. As you can see, back dashboard screen task. On all the applications and activities that you come to, you go get action bar, get support action bar dot hide. That should remove the action bar itself. And another thing that you should do is set window, get window dot set flags. And after this, we're gonna just let's see, I forgot the code over there. So we can just copy this whole thing because it doesn't really matter. Once we're here, copy paste, it all loads up, and I'm just gonna apply and see. Yeah, as you can see, it's all full screened over here and you don't want to see it. Some people do like the action bar over here, so I can, if you want to remove it, you can remove it right here, apply. As you can see, you see pay easy over there on the top. But I personally want it removed, so I'm just gonna get support action bar dot hide. That's a really simple command. And for today, that's it. We worked on the screen, we worked on the splash screen itself. We learned how to link different screens using a handler. So let me just go all through it again. We can see, okay, we can see right here, handlers, basically it makes the splash screen attached to the activity, and it tells it which activity you want to go to. And intent is basically what it means in a literal language as well. It's going to show you what it's going to do, and this is just the basic code for any beginner programmer. So I'll see you next time in the next video. Thank you guys.